Good morning. Welcome to the Create with Ease podcast. I am Grace Engel. So grateful that you're here. So grateful that you are listening. Today's topic is Potency Undefined. Potency Undefined. The question I have for you today is, where are you unwilling to show up as the potency you truly be? Where are you unwilling to show up as the potency you truly be? One of the things that I have become aware of in my life, and where this topic is really coming from, is I've acknowledged and noticed how different I truly am. And in the past, I would really be afraid of how different I was because I was so different from everyone around me. I create so differently from everyone around me. I perceive things so differently from everyone around me. And I used to make that such a wrongness that here I was being so different. Here I am being so weird. There must be something wrong with me. Look at everyone else and how they create, and look at how I create. It's so different and so weird and so easy and so crazy and so chaotic at times. And if I'm not following the path that everyone else is following, then it's wrong. This space of judging and making yourself wrong and comparing is where you diminish your potency. The space where you judge yourself, the space where you compare yourself, is where you diminish your potency. Are you willing to stop comparing yourself to everyone around you and to truly show up as the gift of you, no matter how weird, no matter how different, no matter how crazy, no matter how chaotic it looks like? And to truly let go of those judgments and to truly show up as you. I really believe that this reality, this world that we live in, would be so different when we have everyone showing up as who they are with no judgment. And yes, it does take vulnerability, it does take courage, it does take allowance to truly show up as you, no matter how weird and different you are. To truly show up in the world and say, here I am, and I am no longer dimming myself down for you. I am going to be as wildly potent as I am, and I'm going to be the gift and contribution that I came to be, and I'm going to receive everything that I know is available for me, and I'm going to create my reality from the space of being potent. And the gift and contribution of fully receiving you. Energetically, I want you to perceive that for yourself. Just be in that space where you are tapping into the energy space and consciousness of fully receiving the gift and contribution of you. Just be with that for a few seconds here. Because the more you perceive what that is, what that gift and contribution is, the more you will acknowledge and recognize how vital it is for you to show up as the potency you truly be. Receive you. Receive you. Receive the gift of you. Receive your potent capacities. And so let's say you are in this space where you've been judging yourself and you don't even believe that you are potent. There is nothing that you have to do. You don't have to, take a gazillion courses to discover how potent you are. That potency is already there. The key is getting out of judgment. The key is showing up as you. The key is receiving judgments from other people. When you show up as you, you are going to receive those judgments. And it is vital for you to know that no matter how intense, because sometimes those judgments are so intense, but you are greater than any judgment that is projected towards you. You are greater than any judgment that is projected towards you. When you stop receiving those judgments, you're making the judgments greater than you. So everywhere where you have made any judgment greater than you, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that? Thank you. You do not need to be afraid of receiving judgment. Judgment or judgments. You do not need to be afraid of receiving the intensities of those judgments. In that space of receiving, what are you unwilling to be and receive that if you truly would receive it, would transform everything that is projected towards you? You as a being can destroy every limitation, every intensity, every judgment. You are powerful. You are powerful. You are powerfully potent. And you no longer have to be afraid of being on this planet. Who you are is greater than any circumstance. Who you are is greater than any judgment. And so I welcome you and invite you to be you, no matter how crazy you think it is, no matter how you believe that you will not be welcomed by the world. And everywhere where you've been waiting to be welcomed, waiting to be acknowledged, let me tell you something. The world is not going to welcome you. The world wants you to be the same as everyone else. The world wants you to live from a diminished space of living. The world wants you to live in lack and limitation. So you're not going to be welcomed. You're not going to be acknowledged. There isn't anyone coming to do this for you. You have to create that space for you and no longer be addicted to the acknowledgement and the validation from this reality or from people. You have to be willing to acknowledge you. You have to be willing to validate the gift and potency of you. Waiting for someone else diminishes you. So everywhere where you've bought the lie that you have to depend on other people, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that? Thank you. I'm taking these pauses in between because the energy of this conversation is so potent and so transformational and such a invitation to creating more. And as you're being in this space, lower your barriers and receive you. If you would like to play more in the space of really stepping up in your potency, really receiving these intense energies, really being able to facilitate yourself when you receive people that are aggressively mean to you, where you are intensely judged, where you people are projecting hate or bullying, and being able to change and transform those energies and still be potent and still be brilliant and still be courageous and still have your reality and still be orgasmic and still have joy and still have presence and still have the brilliance of you. I have a monthly membership that is starting in June, the week of June 17th. And we will have a call once a month where we dive deeply and intimately in these topics so that you are showing up as the gift of you, so that you are being potent in your reality. If you really are looking to create your reality, you have to be willing to be you. You have to show up as the potency of you, and you can no longer diminish the gift of you. And so this membership club program will facilitate you to stepping more into this space. So I invite you to join. Go to www.createwithease.com. You will see there's a graphic on there that's inviting you to Potency Undefined. And I love the title of this membership group is, what if you no longer defined what potency is? What would you create from that space when you let go of the definitions? Invite you to come and play, invite you to join, and what else is truly possible from this space? Thank you.